Hi, Marg. I think you'll find this helpful. It's really hard to watch yourself. I know, I get it. But if you just take a look at this with me, it's going to help streamline our work. So looking on the left is the up. See how you're upright? So a lot of kids, including all of your sisters, they catch the ball and they stand up, which is problematic because you waste a lot of time. And then you have to squat down, right, to then go back up. So it's always that monkey in a chair, like catch the ball, be ready, be ready, be ready. So you just come out of the chair, you're catching it upright, sitting down in the chair, and then getting out of the chair. The second thing that's a problem is, this is why I want to talk mobility and also ACL injury prevention, is you see how much your knee goes past your toe. And you can also see here how much your heels come up too soon. So you really want to kick into the chair and make sure the legs of your chair, which are your heels to your midfoot, are sealed. And then you push through your toes. So a better situation is, I'll show you that. Okay, so you're right there. And this is where the mobility is so key, is you got to get your butt back more. And that's what I want to teach you here. And then so your knee doesn't jut too much past your toe. That's a much better alignment. It's also safer mechanically because right now you're putting too much load on your knees. And your steps are a little too staggered. So I'm going to clear this and go back to the left side. Now, your point of release is really low. You're not really tall, but you're certainly making yourself shorter. And then it's also affecting the arc of the ball. So your point of release is about here when it should be, and you're strong enough, you got a nice frame, it should be, your arm should be like this is your shoulder, and up here. So you got to raise it maybe 6 to 8 inches. I think you can do it. Remember, you're not going to be bombing threes for your team. You're going to be making 10 to 12 to 15 footers from that corner spot where Jane's going to kick you the ball. And it's very functional. So you can raise it from and maintain it from that range. If you were to go out to the three-point line, different story. But right now, a shorter girl can get a hand on the shot, and you don't want that. Okay, so let's watch the follow through. So you don't want to jump forward. So this is the last piece. You see that jumping forward and the tipping of your hips? You want to shoot, and again, this is mobility, and land right in the same spot. And you land with some give. So you're landing too lock-legged. You shoot and you land, and you sink with your hips. So your hips are too tight, and that's why the mobility is going to really change you. And it should be something that changes you for the rest of your life. I do 5 to 6 exercises a day that have been the best thing I've done probably in my athletic career, and I've done a lot of crazy things. All right, so now over here, this is why I want you to work on your elbow, okay, because there's a lot of space in that hand, and I would really like this elbow. Okay, how cool is this? Let me see if I can get it to work. Oh, cool. So it's 66 degrees, 67 degrees, and you need to get it 90. So that's also a mobility issue in your shoulder, where you need to internally rotate your shoulder more. And this next thing will happen is after you rotate it, you won't see all this gap because the ball will settle in your hand properly and you'll have better control of the ball. So as soon as we get that mobility in the elbow to straighten out, your mechanics will be lined up because right now they're out of alignment. The good news is, though, that I'm happy about is your guide hand comes off the ball. So there's other little tweaks, but I'm really happy about this. A lot of kids have that problem where they keep it on the ball. Second thing is I think you can see your strength. Your hips are squared, and then they tilt a little at the end. Not really. And then the problem is the lack of the hoping and the wishing and sort of the lack of it's confidence only because you haven't played enough basketball. You haven't learned how to master it. And you have to be more confident. Even if you airball, you have to look cool. So your frame should end. You've seen me shoot. Whoops, let me clear it. So when you end, you shouldn't be like this and hoping and wishing. The rule is to be a good shooter, you shoot 45 to 55%. So you have to be willing to miss more shots than you make. Oh gosh, I'm on my cell phone. It's a little tougher to handle. But when you're done, let me try this. All right, that's a little better. Oh, well, and then your hand, this other hand should be up here creating this frame around your face. It's better when I draw on the iPad. And I can show you that, and you just stay cool. You stay the course. You cannot judge yourself harshly in every shot because then your brain takes over your mind, and your mind wants to shoot the ball one smooth way. Make or miss, you got to get in the groove. Okay, it's called greasing the groove, and you don't steer too far away from that groove. So there's that stand up again. See that stand up and then the sit down, fight, fight, fight? That was a big theme song when I was growing up. But you don't want to catch it, lock leg it. And that's why the mobility and getting your butt back more and lower regularly. Your quads are too strong. I can tell by looking at them where your hamstrings need to be built. And that's all ACL injury prevention, which will help you. So there's that down up, and there's the lifting of the heels off the ground too soon, and then the push from the eye level. So the biggest thing you can do is internally rotate your arm and get under the basket. And let's while you have some time out east, try to get this degree issue more towards 75, which you can do pretty quickly, and hold your follow through. Okay, so a follow through that's held at the end. That was better. You shouldn't touch hands though, but it should. Let me just tweak this and then you'll see. Make or miss, you got to look pretty. You put this hand up, right? Gosh, I wish I was on this one stays up, and there's no twisting. But the good thing you did here is you stayed pretty much aligned here and here. Well, you see how you twisted a little? We want to straighten that out. So I hope this helps have you take a look. The number one thing is sit back. So let's review what you can work on. The butt, you got to sit back more. Go heel, toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe. But I think if you just focus on one thing before I see you again, it's over here. It's getting that elbow straight and that finish straight, and I can work on the rest. So watch this a few times, just take some notes, and I will send you the list of things that are going to help streamline this and get you in the fast lane.